This time we have defensive lineman Eddie Vesterinen. Questions for Eddie, Greg?
So Eddie, I just got a theme going here. So nerves for the first game. You're an old guy now, but are there still nerves game week before an opener? Where are you in terms of nervousness?
Nervousness level. Of course, I'm nervous. I haven't played a football game since the game 2 last year, so it's for me. This means a lot. But we did have a kind of like a prep, like a game last week, kind of on Friday, where we ran out the entrance of the weight room, kind of like pretending like it's a real game, and that kind of helped me with nerves, and like emotions. But of course, there's a lot of nerves in the first game, and I'm really excited. I'm very excited about the opportunity to play.
Are you typically a guy who's nervous before a first game, or are you pretty calm?
I would say I'm usually very nervous until the first contact. Until I get the first contact, then I really lose all the nervousness. So I'm really looking forward to the first contact, I guess.
What's it been like coming back from the injury, trying to just get back to a place where you feel like you can get on the field and compete? What's the process been like for you?
The process coming back from an injury, just a lot of repetitions, kind of like repetition, kind of trusting yourself again, like trusting the knee that everything's good, kind of there's nothing else, just repetitions, and I'm definitely there. I'm definitely ready to play now.
What makes you confident in your position group as a whole that you're going to have a successful season? And do you feel any pressure on yourself coming off of an injury, didn't get to do what you wanted to do last year, and kind of one of the mainstays here to be a leader of the group and a star for the group?
I think as a D-line, we're in a good spot. I would say the biggest thing is we're in a better shape than we've ever been because, of course, going against the jet tempo offense we have at practice, that definitely sets the D-line up for success later in the season because the game really slows down for us. And, we have great coach, Coach Green, he really pushes us every day, and I'm really eager to see that our work behind the curtains will show, and then kind of like everybody will get to make plays. And we have a lot of players coming back: Hammond, Russell, Sonny, Nate, and great additions like Eddie Kelly. And from what I've seen, we're in a really good spot.
For fans or anyone who's like, just how's this defense going to be different than what we saw on the field last year? What would you tell them to expect to be different?
What I would say expect to be different, I would say, well, I don't want to go too much into detail of running play, but I would say players. There's a lot more football players in that defense. I would say people who really finish past the whistle, really don't give up, and with our great defensive coordinator, with his great mind, he has plays that he calls that puts us in a great position. So I'm really excited about our defense.
Talk about coming back from injury. What's the hardest part of being injured during the year? It has to really grind on you.
Yeah, of course. Last year it grinded on me whenever I was looking at the games. Let's say from a TV or later in the season when I got on the sideline, it was really not being able to be there when your team needs you, just when your teammates are running out the tunnel and you're not there. And, I learned a lot about myself during that time, and I think I've grown a lot since then. That I can always come back. There's nothing that can stop me. I can say that.
There have been a few players here that came from overseas, a few in college football. Not many have stuck it out and reached the level and achieved as you have. You think about that about that, hey, this is kind of improbable that I came here and I did all of this?
That's what I think every time I step on the field, when I'm in the locker room. That's all I think about. This is not something that people from back home do. This is there's only very few players that are ever from Finland that have got to do this, and I've really have nothing to lose because I'm already kind of the expectation. I've already kind of made the expectations. Like there's nothing much I can like lose. Like I can only keep going forward, and it's it's really fun. It's really fun.
Bob's question about when you were injured, did you pick up any hobbies when you were downtime? Did you anything Americanized that maybe you weren't before?
I mean, not very much hobbies other than playing video games.
You're playing video games now?
Yeah, but I stopped playing it. I don't play it as much, but
What were you playing when you were injured?
Call of Duty, of course.
Did you get better at that?
Yeah, I did get the Prestige 7 on but
Eddie, on the band day on Friday, it seemed like your defensive line group seemed like a fun bunch of guys. You guys are all chirping, giving each other a hard time. Can you take us into that group a little bit and describe what you guys are all like and what it's like meeting your new teammates?
For our D-line group, I would say our main star is Hammond Russell. He's the big joker on our D-line, and we like to joke about him. And he kind of brings everybody together on the D-line, and he kind of he has taken a vocal, leadership on the D-line unit. And then you got Asani, Nate, they're on the verge of, really getting to play a lot. And, of course, we try to push them, of course, compete with them. And I mean, it's a good group of guys. You always gotta enjoy the people you spend time with.
So you've been in the U.S. for a few years now. What's the biggest culture shock for you coming from North Central Europe to West Virginia?
I mean, the biggest culture shock would have been, driving everywhere. I'm not used to driving. Really, I'm used to bicycle. Walking around, you can't even get to Walmart. I mean, there's a bus, but it's maybe goes twice a day. But driving culture, I mean, a lot of small talk. You're never silent. You always have to maintain something. You have to always have a little chat going on. Even if you're sitting in Uber, you always have to chat with the driver to make it comfortable, or some small things like that.
About the video gaming, did you have the headsets on? Did you have a bag of Coke and Cheetos? How did you do that?
So for my 6 weeks when I was on crutches, I couldn't really move anywhere. So I had my leg up on a table. I had my headset on, and Call of Duty, you gotta take it serious. It's not fun. It's not fun to lose all the time. I'm really competitive, so I want to win too. So I have my leg up in the air, and I'm really concentrating on because everything's a competition.
Eddie, the T-shirts everybody got that say "Just a kid from."
Yeah.
What does yours say?
Helsinki, just a kid from Helsinki. I should have brought it up here with me.
What pride do you take in it?
A lot, I put so much pride on Helsinki. It means a lot to me just to be able to represent a place like Helsinki. I wish you guys could go there sometime. It's a very nice place during the summer. The sun doesn't set. During winter, maybe you should go not go. It's really cold and dark, but it's a very nice place.
I had a roommate in college. He'd break the disc or throw the controller playing his video game sometimes. You ever break a controller in those Call of Duty games? You take a real tough loss?
I've never broken a controller yet, but if I do, I probably need some help.